Hi, I'm Mattie from Future Forest, and I'm going to show you how to plant your Bareroot whips. When you get your parcel, what we'd like you to do first thing is to open the parcel and check your contents. On the front of the parcel, you'll find a delivery note, and on that should hopefully match all the contents inside of your package. If you unpack your parcel carefully, you could reuse the plastic bags. They're good plastic bags. And the straw, I have chickens, so I use the straw for the chickens. So be careful to do this outside or maybe in a shed or something like that so you don't get straw all over your carpet. We often use bamboo canes as well, so they're fantastic for maybe your sweet peas in the summer. Once you've taken all your plants out of the parcels and you've checked and you're happy that you've got everything, we'd like you to make sure that your roots are in good shape. So start off and take them out and dip them in a bucket of water. There's no need to leave them in there overnight or for hours. Just dip them, shake them, and you're ready to go. If you're not planting straight away, once the roots are wet, take them back into the bag, tie up the bag so the air can't get into the bag, and then store your trees in a shed or an outhouse upright out of the wind until you're ready to plant. Now, if you can't plant for a long time, if it's going to be more than a week, then we advise you to heel the plants in. And that's very basic. You just dig a small trench. You can stick the plants in their bundles and cover them back with loose soil. Once they're covered, they're absolutely safe until you're ready to plant, as long as you do it before the end of the Bareroot season. When choosing whips to plant, maybe for a small woodland or just a little coppice of trees, it's important to look at what's growing around you, what is doing well in your area and in your garden, because trees grow to different conditions. So you might want to choose trees that suit maybe damper ground, or maybe there's trees that you can broaden your selection and trees that will take dry as well. But it's very important to have a look first at what your ground is like. When planting, the first step really is to clear the ground where you're planting. You really want to remove the sod, any weeds, anything that's going to cause competition to the plants that you're about to give their forever home to. It's important to dig a hole big enough that the root can sit comfortably into the hole. If you have rogue roots or roots that are too big, don't be shy to prune them. It's much better to prune them than to have a root that might wrap around. Depth-wise, you'll see the old soil mark on the base of the tree just above the root, and that's where you're going to be aiming for. If you're planting with manure and you're using manure as compost, it's really, really crucial that it has to be well rotted. So an absolute minimum 1 year old. In this video, we've been using G-Up, which is an organic rotted manure, and that's perfectly safe to use. Once you fill the soil back in, it's good to firm the plant right in. You've really got to firm it so that it's not going to sway in the wind. And as you firm it, I like to give the tree just a little tug up, which will make the roots splay out and hopefully create better growth. If you can, I think it's always a good idea to try and mulch your trees after you've planted. Mulching helps with weed suppression, which knocks out competition and makes your trees grow faster. It also helps with water retention and even insulation if the temperatures are really low. So if you can, please do mulch your trees. In Ireland, we obviously get a lot of rain, and I think people have this idea that you don't need to water much, but more and more we are getting dry spells, especially around April, May, and that's exactly when freshly planted Bareroot trees and shrubs really, really need the moisture. So don't forget to water in the first few months of their lives. If we get a dry spell, you'll have to be watering and soaking them at least once or twice a week. If you have rabbits or hares in your garden, you might want to consider tree guards or rabbit spirals to protect the trees. Once you've planted, obviously trees are still fresh and the roots have not fully established in the ground. So it's a really good idea, especially if you've had some inclement weather, a lot of wind, maybe some frost, go and check your plants. They may need healing in, they may need refirming. For the first few years, you really, really want to stay on top of weed suppression. So if you can, every year, weed your hedge, weed your whips, weed your fruit trees. This will dramatically increase the growth of these plants. If you're unsure about anything or you have any queries whatsoever, please do contact us at Future Forest. We're more than happy to help.